Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Daybreak.
We have lots of stories for you with this week's episode, including another themed version of Daybreak Hotline.
From the latest in politics to runaway sheep, we have plenty in store for you.
Wake up and smell the coffee, Pittsburgh, because Daybreak starts right now.
Halloween is right around the corner, and the popular store Spirit Halloween is getting right into the swing of things, but not for the holiday you are thinking of. Just recently, the spooky store has stated that they are currently looking to open 10 brand new Spirit Christmas stores throughout the country. According to their website, you can expect, quote, thousands of stocking stuffers, holiday apparel, fun gifts, unique decor, plus all the special trimmings for creating an unforgettable Christmas, end quote. Of the 10 new stores, 4 will be located in New Jersey, 3 from New York, 1 in Connecticut, 1 in Maryland, and 1 being in Erie, Pennsylvania. As of now, the parent company Spencer Gifts has confirmed with People magazine that one of their locations in Mays Landing, New Jersey is set to open on October 18th, with the other 9 locations being set for early November.
A set of unusual rescues took place this past weekend. Not only once, but twice did several sheep escape and send first responders from Breckenridge and Beaver Falls on a chase to retrieve the sheep. The best part? The 2 stories are completely unrelated. The first chase occurred in Beaver Falls, and according to the Beaver Falls Fire Department, the sheep was initially reported near the intersection of 14th and 5th Avenue, and then eventually caught in the 1600th block on 1st Avenue, making this a 6-block chase. The sheep, who was given the name Leo, was taken to the Kindred Spirits Rescue Ranch. The second occurrence of sheep gone wild began in Plum and ended all the way in Breckenridge. Storm is a 10-year-old sheep that has been raised by owner Rick Borowski since the sheep was born. Borowski said that 3 weeks ago, a few dogs got into the enclosure and chased out Storm and another sheep named Baby. On their adventure, Storm and Baby were spotted in Upper and Lower Burrell and on Route 26 near Tarentum and Creighton. Finally, Storm was found by the riverbank in Breckenridge, separated from Baby. Borowski said Storm may have swam across the Allegheny River after he lost Baby. He said in an interview with KDKA, quote, "When they got separated, it seemed like he started getting frantic and looking for her, and I think that's why he was covering so much area. He was trying to find his little girl," end quote. As of now, Storm has been rescued and is now safe at the Burton farm. However, Baby is still on the run. It is advised if you see her, do not chase and call the police. So, 2 different sets of sheep escaping is crazy. And I know that you're from...
I'm from Lower Burrell, so it was so funny hearing about this because they were literally in one of my friends from back home, like their front yard. Like some people like, they called the police and they were like, there's like sheep in our yard.
Just imagine, like, they just
Like
wander
just
into your yard and you're
witnessing
like,
that, yeah.
where did they come from? And they're just on a little adventure.
Just imagine waking up for work or school. Oh, there's just casually 2 sheep in my
Oh,
yard.
don't worry about it. This is normal.
It's fine.
It reminds me of the movie Homeward Bound a little bit when they were talking about how
Oh
they
my
got separated. I was like,
gosh.
oh, it hurts my
Don't
heart a
even,
little
that
bit.
movie makes me cry.
No, and then how about
Okay, Spirit Halloween.
but
They-
Christmas?
They missed out on a massive marketing opportunity by naming it Christmas Spirit instead of
Christmas
Spirit
Spirit.
Christmas.
I
Right?
didn't even...
Yeah.
You said it backwards.
Yeah.
Wait. Christmas. They should have named it Christmas Spirit instead of Spirit Christmas.
Yes,
Okay,
there we go.
that's what I meant. They named it Christmas. They named it Spirit Christmas.
I got what you were
Oh
saying.
my gosh! Yeah, you guys got what I was saying.
Throwing the of in there though, Spirit of Christmas is better than
Yeah.
just Spirit Christmas.
Yeah, like
However,
they had so many
I will be there.
opportunities.
I will drive
be too.
all the way to Erie. We go on a group adventure.
Yes, I'm down.
I love that idea because Spirit Halloween is like one of my favorite stores and it's like my favorite time of year when it's Halloween. So like Christmas edition is so cool.
And I love just like little Christmas stores, so I'm so excited. As Robert was saying, Halloween is just around the corner, and for us college students, we may only be thinking about parties, costumes, and getting a day off of class for the Pioneer Pause. But for many other people, the focus is on something very different: candy. Adults in the area are preparing for annual Halloween trick-or-treat nights and are getting ready to stock up on candy for kids who eagerly await one of the sweetest nights of the year. When buying Halloween candy, one may want to take into account what the most popular candy in the area is. According to WTAE, there's a website for this, candystore.com, which is an online candy retailer. Candystore.com tells us that the top 3 candies in the state of Pennsylvania are Number 3, Skittles with 210,114 pounds sold. Number 2, Hershey's Mini Bars, which include Crackle, Mr. Goodbar, and Hershey Special Dark with 242,388 pounds sold. And the most popular candy bought right here in PA is going to be M&M's with a whopping 255,991 pounds sold. It's a bit of a change up as last year Hershey's Mini Bars took the spot. All of this is based on historical sales data from each state from the last 17 years of Halloween. The site also keeps track of the most popular candy nationwide, which proves that Pennsylvanians are not alone in their M&M love, with M&M's coming in as this year's #1 candy of the nation, dethroning last year's favorite Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reese's Cups did not fall far though, as they are still #2 candy in the nation, followed by Sour Patch Kids at number 3. Pennsylvania shares the same #1 candy as Washington, Oregon, California, Kansas, Iowa, North Carolina, and Vermont.
Backtracking in other Pittsburgh news, at this past Sunday's game at Acrisure Stadium, where the Steelers took on the Dallas Cowboys, one notable celebrity rapper attended the game. Snoop Dogg came to watch his team play and lend his support to the players. A video of him posted of him wearing a custom Letterman jacket and waving his terrible towel and helmet to excite the fans went viral on X, prompting plenty of reaction online. Snoop Dogg wasn't there all just for fun though. He played an integral part of all Steelers games. Snoop led the terrible towel twirl as the players came onto the field. When asked about the twirl, Snoop said, quote, "It symbolizes unity, it symbolizes what we're about in the Steel City. It's been a part of our culture since we've been doing this," end quote. Before the game, he could also be seen posing alongside the players for photos, as well as chatting with them and other notable celebrities who were there, like Elon Musk and former players for the Steelers and the Cowboys. Though Snoop Dogg isn't from Pittsburgh, he recalls he has always been a huge fan, remembering watching them in the 70s as a child. He also mentioned how he often took inspiration from them in his music, specifically the iconic black and gold colors. When talking about how he came to love the team, Snoop told Today in an interview, quote, "Well, in the 70s, you've got to understand there was only so many teams that was really dominating, and the Steelers was one of those teams that represented what I felt like. And it just felt like a team I could get behind, and it never stopped loving them," end quote.
So he was at the game.
He
I was
was at
told
the
one of my
game.
classmates actually had run into him and was going to take a picture.
They ran into him?
Wait,
They went, "Hey
Really?
Snoop," and he went, "Hi ladies."
No.
No way.
I'm not kidding.
No.
So I think that is so cool. I've never met a celebrity in person, so I couldn't imagine what that would feel
I
like.
went to the game with my dad. Now, unfortunately, I was there rooting for the Cowboys. Please don't hate
My dad is also a
Pittsburgh.
Cowboys
Okay,
fan,
good,
so-
good. And we were in the nosebleeds way up, and I had absolutely no idea Snoop was there because I couldn't see anything. Everyone looked like ants down there. And when my friend texted me saying that Snoop Dogg's there, like directly across from us in the glass window, I was like, are you
That's where
for
he
real
is.
right now? Same with Elon Musk. He was across from us, but no one really cares about him. Let's be real. We're there for
I
Snoop
heard
Dogg.
that Glorilla was there too.
Glorilla
She-
was
yeah,
there?
She
Oh
loves
my
the Steelers.
Really?
Yeah.
There were a lot of people there that I didn't know about.
It was a pretty big game, I feel like, though, with the Steelers and the Cowboys.
Yeah,
that's kind
it's
of
definitely
huge.
a rivalry for sure. They weren't too happy when the Cowboys
We
won.
have one Steelers lover in my house and one Cowboys lover in my house,
Ooh.
but they're in love.
Well,
So,
Aww.
but it's like a
works.
constant rival, so I would love to see how that went
Mhm.
back home.
yeah.
Definitely. Now for a weather update. Fall temperatures are staying persistent as the rest of the week and the weekend are hitting the high 60s and low 70s.
We're looking at some sun to finish off this week and some clouds this weekend, so keep those jackets handy with any plans that you make.
We're going to go for a quick break, but when we come back, we have a special guest joining our Sideline Slice host to talk about the start of hockey season.
Don't go anywhere, Daybreak. We'll be right back.
make them cue and open their mics.
They mark the 1-year anniversary of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette strike.
Point Park University just hosted a campus-wide meeting.
Plans for the rapid transit bus line are not set to conclude until 2025.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Sideline Slice. I'm Jake Bell, and joining me is my good friend and a member of the Have a Shift Day podcast, Nick Shermito. With hockey season approaching, the Penguins will be starting a new year, and hopefully a memorable one. After missing the playoffs the past 2 seasons, the Pens are looking to break that streak and go on at least one more deep playoff run before the Big Three retires. There were many additions last offseason, and with a full season of chemistry, the expectations will be high for our Penguins. Let's see what this team has made for the 2024-2025 NHL season. So Nick, my first question for you is, out of all the additions that we've made this offseason, who do you think is going to have the most impact on the team this season?
Well, for me, one guy who I'm really looking forward to is Anthony Beauvillier. We signed him as a free agent on July 1st. He's a very good winger. They have him playing on the first line to start the season alongside Sidney Crosby. And so far, throughout preseason, I thought he looked really well. He's really fast. He's young, which we don't have a lot of. So he's mid-20s. He's really fast. He's a really speedy winger, which we also don't have enough of. So it's great, I think, personally, having him in our lineup. He's really hard on the forecheck, really good back checker. He's just really good at, working on getting to the puck, which, is huge for us. And just the way he plays, he's not the biggest player at all, and he's not the most flashy, but he's like a durable, solid, can make plays when needed. When called upon, he can score when needed. He has a good shot. I think he's a guy who I'm really looking forward to watching this season, and a guy who I think is going to have a pretty big role on this team for this season.
And, the consistency is a big thing for sure, and especially if he's lining up with Sidney Crosby. I mean, that's the guy you build your team around, and you want someone that can work well with him. So, no, I agree with you there. That's definitely a good choice. And my second and last question for you is, what was the biggest area of concern for the Penguins last season, and do you think the front office did enough to address that?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with 2 here, because they're both equally, in my opinion at least, the biggest problems that were plaguing this team last year. You have the power play issues, which the Penguins had the 30th best power play percentage last season out of the 32 teams, and historically it was the worst power play in over 10 years. So obviously that was a huge problem, and it definitely cost us, just thinking in my mind, at least 10 games. So the Penguins went out, they fired the power play coach, the assistant coach who runs the power play, which was Todd Reardon. They brought in David Quinn, who has tons of experience coaching in the NHL level. He's coached the Rangers, he coached the Sharks. Mostly known to being a really good defensive coach. He's had 2 players win the Norris Trophy, but he's now working on our power play. He's now focused on our power play. So in the preseason, I thought the power play looked much better than it did last season. They were definitely shooting and generating a lot more chances. But obviously they played the first game last night, and they had, if I remember correctly, 2 power plays, and it almost looked identical to last season, and really a step back from what we saw in preseason. So I'm hoping that's not the case, but obviously that was only one of 82 games, so we'll have to see how it goes. And then secondly, the goaltending. Really inconsistent last season, I thought. I thought Tristan Jarry really shaky at times, just really not streaky. One game he'd play really good, other games he'd look horrible. And obviously he lost his starting job late in the season last season. They had Alex Nedeljkovic kind of be their starting goalie in that big playoff push last season. So when you look at that, we saw Jarry have some inconsistencies this preseason too, And then the young goaltender, Joel Bloomquist, who is actually getting his NHL debut tonight. He had his first game not go over so well, but then his other preseason games, he played lights out, which was great. Even when he started bad, his last game against Columbus, he started bad. He looked pretty shaky, but then the second and third period, he looked back to how he had confidence. So if we can get Jari, and since also I do want to add, Alex Nedeljkovic is out to start the season, so Blomqvist is our backup to start the year. If we can get good, solid goaltending from Jari, Nedeljkovic, and Blomqvist, I think that, along with the power play, if that can be fixed, I think this team can get back in a playoff spot to what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, anyone, even if you're not a fan of hockey, like that's been the story. The power play has been the issue, and obviously Jari, we pay them all that money, and he hasn't worked out like we wanted to. And we made that switch, like you said, at the end, but unfortunately it wasn't good enough. But hopefully we get more consistency out of both the goaltending and the power play for sure. But thank you so much, Nick. You're very insightful. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem at all.
That's all we have for this week's Sideline Slice. Unfortunately, we do not have Ethan here to Politismack, but he's at a very special event getting footage for you all next week. Make sure to stay tuned.
It's a tough crowd.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Thanks for calling us on the Daybreak hotline and sending in your ideas for this week's segment.
Today we'll be playing a game of Would You Rather with submissions from our lovely viewers. Are you guys ready?
I think so.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's start it off with a crazy one. Would you rather be sticky for the rest of your life or itchy for the rest of your life?
Okay, so starting off with a really loaded one.
Yeah.
Insane. Personally for me, ew, I hate both. However, did you know that being constantly itchy is actually like a form of psychological torture?
Oh.
That's a no for me.
No thank you
That's
from
a
me.
no, yeah.
However, I hate the feeling of being sticky as
Ew.
well. So
But like, itchy's just so much worse.
I know.
Imagine like wearing like a really bad sweater for the rest of your life. No, absolutely
No.
not. Sticky, I can at least try to take a shower and like
Yeah.
wash it off.
Neither.
Kind of
There's
a
really no
lose-lose
winning in
The
this.
situation.
lesser of
I'd
two
rather just
evils
say
is
no.
sticky.
However, sticky.
Yeah, I would say
Sticky.
sticky. I
We're
would
all
say
gonna go with
sticky.
sticky.
Another submitted question was, would you rather go to an apple orchard or a pumpkin patch?
Oh, this one's
like
more
this
fun.
one.
Yeah,
I like this
I
one
like
much
this one a
more.
lot. Personally, for me, I always love going to a pumpkin patch, trying to find like that
too.
right pumpkin. I used to go all the time with my family growing up, and now like that I've gotten older, me and my girlfriend, we now go and pick out like a pumpkin to like carve and stuff. So it's just something that I love like seeing. Like I've been doing it for such a long time.
That's sweet.
Well, I mean, too, with pumpkin picking, you usually get like a little hayride out of it.
Yes.
So you usually like ride to the patch, find your pumpkin, like run around, whatever. Get
Mm-hmm.
your boyfriend to carry your pumpkin for you. That's not my job. I just feel like apple picking is a lot of work, and you got to get
Yeah.
up the ladder and like down.
Yeah, I've never even been to an
Neither
apple
have I,
orchard,
yeah.
I
think,
also I don't
so-
really like apples. Nobody tell Andy Conti. Every year he has brought apples to class and been like, Devin, you're taking one. And I would very just take it very politely.
See,
so,
I only like green apples, so
yeah,
I feel that.
I'm very picky about apples, so probably pumpkin patch for me
I'd
as
say
well.
pumpkin patch too. I have so many good memories of pumpkin patches from growing up too. Like there was always a pumpkin patch in the yard at my church that I was at growing up, and I always worked like at the pumpkin patch, like obviously with an adult. Because I was like a kid, but it was just like so cute and fun. And me and my sister always pick out little pumpkins, and they had like cutouts you could put your face in, and you were like a big pumpkin. So I just have such good memories from pumpkin patches that I think I have to go with pumpkin patch. I mean, I've never tried an apple orchard, so maybe we're gonna have to check it out.
We might be unanimous on this one then. All right, so for another question that we have here was, would you rather receive $1 million up front or star in your dream movie for free? Unpaid.
Oh.
That's a toughie.
Oh, I don't know.
Wow. As someone who's both fame hungry and money hungry, this is kind of a tough question for me.
Yeah.
I'm a chronic spender, so having that money honestly might not be a great idea for me because I feel like I would just like blow it all right away on stupid stuff. So I think I would go with, starring in my dream.
Yeah.
Like,
I have a
I
little
think that would be
idea.
great because like and then I could do like brand endorsements.
Exactly.
And is that what you're
Imagine
thinking? Yeah.
if
Then I
you
would make the
star
money
in your
anyway.
dream movie and then this dream movie blows up and gets big, you might make $1 million anyways.
Yup, right then and there,
So
yeah.
I say dream movie.
Yes.
I don't know. I'd rather just take the $1 million because like I can pay off a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah.
But also, what if you get stuck with like a kind of sucky co-star? Like you get stuck with someone you don't
That's business,
really
baby.
want.
But
And,
it's your
like,
you get to pick. It was your favorite movie, remember?
I guess, but like I'm doing all that work for free. Like I don't
That's
know.
valid.
That sounds horrible. that sounds so vain.
But like if it's your dream, like
Still, that's a lot of work. They have horrible hours. You're up at like 8 a.m.
yeah, but like
Have you ever wanted to be a
everyone would
famous
know
actor
your name.
though?
But I mean, if it's your favorite
Yeah.
movie, you also kind of know that it's gonna go pretty viral. It's gonna get that box office is gonna get hit in a nice way.
Yeah, you'll make
but
that.
I would definitely choose the picking, like starring in my favorite movie. I also grew up as like a theater kid, so
Yeah.
just, like that, I always wanted to be on stage or like in front of a camera and stuff like that. So that would just like
Here we
be
are
The
now.
Venn
feeling-
diagram,
yeah.
like the Venn diagram of theater kid to broadcaster.
yes.
All interconnected. So
And then another question we had submitted was, would you rather go on a hayride or a corn maze?
I mean, we were just kind of talking about like a little hayride at the pumpkin patch. I've never done a corn maze though, and I think that would be a lot of fun.
See, I've done corn mazes.
Yeah.
and they
Are they
terrify me.
not fun?
Well, it depends on the corn maze you're in. If you're in like a really intricate, like a really detailed, hard one, and you could not find your way out, I will start panicking because then I'll be like, I'll see the sun start going down, and I'll be like, I'm never gonna get out of here. And so I would personally choose a hayride just because I know I'm gonna be able to like enjoy it. Like it's gonna be for like sights. Like I'm not gonna have to worry.
Yeah, as someone who has a terrible sense of navigation,
Yes.
it's not for me. I've been there, done that, didn't end well.
Yeah.
I'm going with a hayride every time.
I had a bad experience, and it wasn't a corn maze. It was last summer at a sunflower festival. It was like a sunflower maze. No, it was horrifying, and there was bees everywhere. And we got lost, and it was me and my friend Megan, and we were like just running, trying to find a way out, and then it was like getting overcast. We thought it was gonna
So
rain.
maybe the hayride for me then.
So- I can't get lost on a hayride. It's just like sit back and relax.
Drink a little apple cider.
Yeah.
And that sounds like what we're going to be doing. And let's finish it out with one more question. Would you rather only watch one single movie for the rest of your life or only eat the same food for the rest of your life?
Ooh. These are all really hard. These are good questions. Thank you to whoever submitted these.
Thank you to our viewers.
Very philosophical.
Okay, so for me personally, I'm a picky eater.
Mm-hmm.
I was vegetarian, so like, and then I went vegan, like growing up and stuff like that. So like, I already like limited my diet a little bit based on that. I really eat pretty much like the same thing on like a day-to-day basis. So I would probably have to say like the food one, because like I'm a person that loves like the media. I love movies. Like that is my thing. That's like my hobby. I love watching them when they come out. So to watch like the same one over and over, It wouldn't be like, I wouldn't necessarily like that. But like with the food one, since I kind of already do that,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be like out of my comfort zone.
I like totally get that because I love to go see a new movie. However, my family and I, we are such foodies. Like, we love to try new things. We go on vacation and everyone will order something that all of us are interested in, and then it's like we just take off each other's plates and like try everything. And I love trying new foods. I'm still very picky. Like, I have foods that I do not like, but I love to try new things. So I think that would be really difficult for me. But also, like, if I had to pick one food, it would probably just be a grilled cheese and tomato soup forever. That's my comfort meal.
I second that. That would be my meal.
Yeah, I have like very similar experiences with. I have like a friend I go out to eat with, and we're big on like we each get a meal, but then we like split it in half
Yeah,
and like share
that's
to
the
try
smart thing to
different
do.
things because we both love trying new things, and so I think that's why it would be really hard for me to have to eat the same thing every single day because I love like going places and trying new things and that, but at the same time, I love a night out to the movies and seeing something new. And
I've seen so many movies this semester too, which has
That's
been
how
so
I
nice.
am.
I did go to see Coraline in theaters though, and that if I had to pick one movie to watch for the rest of my life, it would be that one. So it's either Coraline forever or Grilled Cheese forever, and I don't know which one to pick.
I can just say it would not be The Substance forever, which is
Oh.
the most recent movie I saw.
We were just talking about that. Do you guys don't need to get into
But
that
I
one?
I think I would have to go with movie because I think the food would just be too hard
Yeah,
for me.
me too.
Yeah, see, I need too much, I need a lot of variety in my diet. I can't eat the same thing every night. And I basically already watched the same 3 movies anyways, like Nightmare Before Christmas, literally any rom-com, and like,
Really?
I don't know, we'll find a third later. So like, and plus I can watch TV shows. Like, I'll be fine with that.
yeah.
That'll take up my time. I'm not the biggest movie buff, so I need the variety in my life.
Yeah.
I need to try. I can't stay with one food for the rest of my life. It would drive me insane.
And that's all we have for our Daybreak Hotline and this episode of Daybreak.
Thank you so much for watching, and you can watch our previous episodes on our YouTube channel, UVIEW Television.
Follow our Instagram at Daybreak PPU for updates about our shows and Daybreak hotline links.
We'll see you next week. I'm Devin.
I'm Cade.
I'm Leslie.
And I'm Robert. From all of us here at Daybreak, thank you for watching and have a great day.